bottom line is that, like, whatever you're experiencing, it's all okay. You are an eternal soul, and whatever experience arises within you, it can never hurt you. It can't affect you. You're an eternal soul. You're untouchable. Your true nature, your essence is infinite. It cannot be affected. It cannot be tainted. It is infinite. It cannot be corrupted. You are infinite, infinitely free. You are the infinite safe space. So I figured out what I'm calling these shares that I'm doing, and it's going to be called Inspired Shares. And it's funny because it makes sense that I would call it Inspired Shares. At first I was going to call it Open Shares, and then at first I wasn't going to call anything because I didn't want to create a limitation to what I can share. And then I was like, oh, Inspired Shares, because Inspired Shares it kind of points to that. It's like whatever I'm sharing is just going to be from in spirit. It's going to be from inspired in the moment. There's no right way to do it. There's no wrong way to do it. I can say anything I fucking want to say. I can be ridiculous. I can be outlandish. And that's what I kind of wanted to create with these videos. And when I first started creating these videos, it wasn't even an intention to upload them on YouTube, because the first video I made, I shared about, which I may or may not upload. I don't know if I am yet. But I shared that the only reason that I'm making these recordings are to receive my own creation. And what I mean by receiving my own creation is that I've been posting things on social media for a while now. And in doing so, I've been creating so that others could receive my creation. And when I was creating so that others could receive my creation, I was always diluting the creation. I was always performing because I wanted others to receive my creation in a way that I thought that they would like it. And that's okay too. There's no problem with that. But I just started to notice there was a performance, and it caused me to not be as excited to create. And yet again, it had nothing to do with the external world. It was just me in my head judging myself and noticing ways of being that really weren't serving me anymore. And that's okay too. And so these Inspired Shares are really just to talk about whatever comes up, but it's probably going to be, mainly about the human experience and what I experience, and just sharing about what I experience actually, and also bringing light to a lot of shit, because that's what life is about, especially if you're moving on this path of experiencing a higher level of consciousness, experiencing more love, experiencing more freedom and more liberation. It is going to be about bringing all the unconscious patterns that are keeping you limited and keeping you bound to the light. It's going to be about bringing those things to the light. And so this is really fun. I just got really excited because it is really fun to be able to share the journey of being a human, but also the journey of stepping into more liberation, realizing what you are to your essence, what you are to your essence. You are freedom, you are love, you are power. And that's what this is about too. I'm not going to say this because this is a loaded term, but people say taking back your power. And it's so silly, because I think it's silly because you never gave your power away. You were always powerful. You are power. You are the sun. You are the wind. You are rain. You are nature. You are powerful. You are God. So no one can take your power away. You can only unconsciously give your power to something external of yourself. And it doesn't have the external. It can be, you can give your power away to an idea, a story of the past. And the story of the past dictates what behaviors and actions that you take. But you don't give your power. You are powerful, so you can choose, and you choose to allow an idea or a concept or a belief, or you could even say someone else to choose for you. But you're still choosing. You're still powerful. But so this is what this is about, what these shares are about, really allowing myself to experience true power. And power is not about being powerful over people, but it's showing and revealing that we're just powerful. A friend of mine, he sent me a message maybe a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about vulnerability. And he said our mind is afraid of vulnerability because we think that we will be weak if we be vulnerable, but it's actually the opposite. When we be vulnerable, we show ourselves that we are not weak and that we are powerful enough to share what's going on. And it's not actually vulnerability. It's just honesty and truth about our experience. It's honesty and truth. That's it. And it's a cool analogy. It's just like, if somebody is shy and they just sit in the back of the classroom and just be shy like this, and then there's another person that's shy and says, hey, and he stands up and he says, I'm shy and I'm okay, who would you say is more powerful? The person that's being more honest and truthful. And some would say it's vulnerability. But the person that can stand up in the midst of his experience, in the midst of shyness, in the midst of fear, in the midst of whatever it is, and recognize what they are and see their experience and even communicate their experience, that person is experiencing power. That person is experiencing freedom and liberation because they're allowing themselves to have an experience and they still are not bound by the experience. The experience doesn't define or confine who they are. It doesn't confine their actions. And if the experience does confine your action, that's okay too. You will hear me say that's okay too because bottom line is that like whatever you're experiencing, it's all okay. You are an eternal soul, and whatever experience arises within you, it can never hurt you. It can't affect you. You're an eternal soul. You're untouchable. Your true nature, your essence is infinite. It cannot be affected. It cannot be tainted. It is infinite. It cannot be corrupted. You are infinite, infinitely free. You are the infinite safe space. And so, on that note of the infinite safe space, whatever experiences arise within you, they are just looking, well actually this is more true. Whatever experiences arising within you that you run away from, you only run away from it because you don't feel safe. And the only reason you run away, and the only reason you don't feel safe is because you're forgetting what you are. And if you can remember that you are the infinite safe space, any experience can arise within you or any experience can happen outside of you, and you will know that you are the infinite safe space. And if you, to the degree that you can make yourself feel safe, it's to the degree that you can experience anything and be immovable. Be immovable because you know that you are the infinite safe space. You are loved. You are powerful. You can't be touched. You can't be hurt in truth. And I don't mean that there will not be physical experiences. You can cut your finger off. You can get a black eye. But, we honor this temple, which is our body. But what we are is not limited to this body. What we are is infinite. How many times do I have to say this? I'm speaking to myself, and that's the really cool thing about these recordings is that as I speak these words, I'm receiving these words. And these words are, yet again, helping me remember what I am at every moment because I experience moments of forgetfulness. I experience so many moments of forgetfulness, but the moments of forgetfulness are only a catalyst for me to remember. It's an opportunity for me to remember. So I think it's absolutely amazing that we get to be on this journey together. That we get to be on this path of remembering our unlimited nature, our infinite nature, our creative nature, how powerful we are, how we can be inspired and be in the spirit and allow others in on our process of being in the spirit of sharing love, sharing power, sharing remembrance. And that's really cool. Today, I have Mastery, which is my men's container, in like 10 minutes. So I just wanted to share this, and now I'm about to go hop on there and shine with them. Much love. Peace.